各位观众朋友，大家好，欢迎收看由中国体育为您打造的世界杯球星专访节目《逐梦卡塔尔》。今天我们要对话的球星是巴西前国脚吉尔伯托·席尔瓦。其实对于很多球迷来讲啊，吉尔伯托·席尔瓦是一个很难让人有特殊记忆的名字，因为这个名字呢，在拉丁国家当中过于的常见，以至于我们所认识到的巴西的一些球星呢，都是因为绰号所被大家熟知，比如说贝利、加林查、卡卡等等。其实这些都是绰号，是不会写在我们的身份证上的一些名字啊。当然了，吉尔伯托·席尔瓦不仅仅是因为名字，同时还是因为他低调的足球风格和位置，很难让镜头去近距离的观察他。后腰这个位置呢，在一定程度上是一支球队实力的晴雨表，同时也因为现代足球战术发展的原因啊，后腰在球队的进攻和防守中也起到了极为关键的作用。但是因为位置的关系，后腰球员在比赛当中一场下来可能很难给到一些特别多的镜头，所以这就是我们说为什么吉尔伯托·席尔瓦这个名字，无论是在名字上面还是在他的位置上面，可能都不能给球迷留下非常深刻的印象。但不可否认的是，吉尔伯托·席尔瓦在当年那支阿森纳就像一堵不可逾越的城墙，他并不是那种凶狠如加图索一样的后腰，而是会通过自己的技术进行合理方式的后腰。他在阿森纳曾经2次创造过45场比赛不吃黄牌的记录，防守干净利落而又效果极佳。吉尔伯托·席尔瓦跟随巴西队是参加了02、06、10 3届世界杯。02年呢，因为埃莫森赛前的受伤，吉尔伯托·席尔瓦和埃德米尔森成为了巴西的后腰搭档，两人组成了巴西围墙，给前场的3A 组合来了一剂强心剂。那最终呢，那一年他们也是勇夺了世界杯的冠军。接下来我们就赶紧连线远在卡塔尔前方的吉尔伯托·席尔瓦。欢迎您来到我们的演播室。想问一下，卡塔尔世界杯进行到现在，您最大的一个感受是什么样的呢？
So the World Cup is a beautiful competition, and as a host, here in Qatar, they did a great job, and it's a nice environment, nice stadiums. I've been to a few of the games. It's been nice, the atmosphere in the stadiums, and I'm really enjoying. I really enjoy because here we have opportunity to watch so many games during the day, and I'm really enjoying so far.
既然您刚刚也提到了，就是已经看了很多场比赛嘛，那本届世界杯上，您觉得令您印象比较深刻的这个比赛是哪一场呢？
I've watched France. It seems like a very good team, and as one of the favorites, they are one of the favorites. They are the last champion, and they came very strong, despite the fact that many of them they have a few injuries, but the team looks very good, very strong, very compact.
那您如何来评价 VAR 在这届世界杯上的一个应用呢？因为有一些人可能认为 VAR 是非常的公平，能够让比赛更加的有看点。那同时呢，有一些人可能不太喜欢 VAR 这个技术，因为误判也可能是足球的一部分，所以 VAR 可能会让比赛少了一些刺激。您怎么看待这个问题呢？
The VAR somehow, in one way is good, in the other way, cause a lot of controversy because it delays the game, it slows down, and when the players score goals, and then they have to check the VAR, it's like kill the moment of the celebration, and then when the referee gives a goal, for example, and they stop and then they start to celebrate again, but it seems like you lose the momentum from when the goals happen. And then you have to try to find the right balance, the right mood to celebrate the goal. But it is as it is. FIFA implement this technology in the game. Honestly, particularly, I would prefer not to have. But if there's a kind of way that can be good for the game, we have to to be open-minded for that. But what they should do is make it a bit faster. Because if they make it faster, and can be very helpful. And then also the referees inside the pitch don't only wait for the VAR, but do the judgment themselves.
是的，那同样的问题，其实我们也问过亨利哈，他也表示可能觉得说 VAR 这个技术呢，只是技术，反而是人作为这个裁判去判定的话，可能会更加的好一些。
Yeah, I guess that the main decision should be from the field, the referees, the linesmen, and therefore they would check. But yeah, I agree with them. I really prefer that when the game was without VAR, because even though there was a mistake, there was a mistake before, the mistake still happened, even though with VAR, sometimes it's quite boring.
那这一次呢，也是第一次在我们北半球的冬季去举行到世界杯。那球员呢，需要从联赛无缝衔接到世界杯的比赛当中来，而且很多球员和教练啊是没有足够的时间来备战世界杯的。在这一点上，您怎么看呢？
I think from the managers, from the national teams, yeah, sure, they didn't have much time to spend with the players in the camp, but they. Not far ago, they have a chance to meet each other, play like friendly games, and sometimes it seems not enough, But on the other hand, those players, they were already playing for their clubs in the leagues, in Europe and some other areas, some other countries, and I think in terms of the preparation, they were okay. It's not the case. But it's different when you play at this time of the year because of the weather condition here in Qatar. It would be impossible to play for the summer, for example, and then you have to adapt. I think the one who adapts better, it has a lot of advantage. Let's see. Especially after the group stage, the group stage we'll see who is better prepared.
那这届世界杯呢，也是出现了很多球员因伤缺席世界杯的情况，比如说本泽马、坎特、博格巴等等，都是无缘世界杯。那卢卡斯·埃尔南德斯则是在踢世界杯的过程当中受伤的。您觉得跟比赛时间的安排关系大吗？就是说，因为联赛和世界杯如此接近，他们要踢欧冠和各自联赛，同时现在还要去踢世界杯。
Oh, I don't think so, because some injuries always happen, and for the World Cup, before the World Cup, and even though when I was playing a different time of the year, and it happened in the past, now it's more or less the same. There are a few injuries. The competition starts, a few injuries again, for example, for Brazil, we injury players like Alexandro and Danilo, which is very tough, like a French team, they got 2 injuries, and the players who didn't came were not selected because they got injury, as you mentioned. It's tough, but if you see the schedule for the whole season, especially in Europe and some other countries in the different continents, there is a lot of games. It's not up from now on, they have been played quite many games, from season to another. It's been quite usual for them.
因为每一届世界杯，大家都觉得巴西队可能是夺冠的大热门的球队哈。那对于这一届世界杯的话，这一次的阵容又让所有人都会觉得说，他的阵容非常的完整且有竞争力。那您是怎么来看待这一届巴西队的阵容的呢？
Well, the team's alright, the team's okay. But when it comes to the competition, it's always tough because despite the fact you prepare well for the games, for every game, but sometimes some problems happen, as we have seen with some of the teams, and sometimes you cannot fulfill your expectation. And but what's important is just keep going and work hard and work in their convictions. and what's that belief? What I want, how do I want, and what can I do? And I think you have to believe in yourself. They have to believe in themselves and keep working hard to make things happen and give more energy from now on.
那02年世界杯呢，我们都是记得您是一举捧起了大力神杯。当时令您印象比较深刻的点是在于哪里呢？
It was beautiful. It was great. It was great moments in my life, my career. It changed everything in my career, in my life. And be a world champion is some unique experience. And I was very fortunate to be part of that team. And and then when you achieve that, which is so hard, you have to celebrate. You have to enjoy that moment. You have to have fun. And we did. And even though nowadays, after 20 years, I still find out some more, how is it to be a world champion? Because when the people approach me, I try to be like normal, just to live my life, enjoy the family, go to a football match and so on. But suddenly somebody comes and I try to be, treat everyone and talk, but when you see their reaction, wow, it's something great.
那还想问到的是，您还记不记得02年的时候和中国队交手，有没有什么您印象深刻的中国队的这个球员呢？
It was not so easy, despite the fact we have won the game. I think it was 4-1, something. I don't know. It was, doesn't matter. But it's great when we, for example, as a Brazilian play against teams from Asia, and as we had with China, and it's always tough, because sometimes we don't know what to expect, and you have to be very focused because they can surprise you. There is always quality players. Sometimes, in South America or in Europe, we don't know what's going on in Asia, but it's very important to our approach for the game and respect the game first of all and do our best. I think this has to be the mindset.
您觉得这20年来巴西队没有夺冠的一个原因在于哪里呢？
Well, it's not easy. The other competitors became strong as well. And made life hard, but and therefore you create kind of balance, because we see France, they won, and Italy, and then Germany. But it's not that easy to win this competition, despite the fact Brazil looks so strong, and hope that this year, after 20 years, they can get it. But we know it won't be easy.
那在这里呢，我们也想问一个非常有趣的小问题啊，就是说，如果是巴西队02年的阵容踢现在22年的阵容，您觉得谁会赢呢？
We win.
那您觉得谁会进球呢？
Ronaldinho, Rivaldo. Yeah, for sure.
那比分呢？1-0、2-0还是3-0？
I think it would be a lot of goals, I think it would be 4-1 for us.
你们确定你们会赢吗？之前这个问题其实也问过里瓦尔多，他说可能会是1-0。
He's very shy to say.
好的，那接下来其实我们还有一个问题想问到的，就是很多人拿内马尔和 C 罗进行比较，那么在各自的一个球队当中，您觉得他们的作用是一样的吗？
I don't like this comparison because there are two different types of player and from different generations. But what I like to talk is about their qualities. It's two good players from that generation. Cristiano, now I think he's 37, if I'm not wrong. In the last few years, the records he achieved, and Neymar came, after Cristiano doing so well in his career, and for the clubs and the national team. And it's great when we see from one generation to another top players like them. This is what we want in football. This is what we expect because we talk about the beautiful game. When I talk about the beautiful game, we want to have quality players to play in this game, to make the games even better, more special for us to watch from the stadium, from our house, on TV, everywhere.
那作为一名很有名的防守型中场，您觉得在同样位置的最佳球员，在当今足坛当中应该是谁呢？
Nowadays, for me, it's Casemiro.
哦，是卡塞米罗是吗？
Yeah, in that position is Casemiro.
好的。那您也是被看作是英超历史上最好的中场之一。相信如果说没有这些伤病的话，您可能会达到一个更高的位置。那想问到的就是，您在自己的整个的职业生涯当中，有没有什么点会令您比较后悔的呢？
Well, when I look back, I am so proud about what I have done in my career, and it was a fantastic, a fantastic time.
我们都知道您比较喜欢弹这个曼陀林还有吉他，那想问一下，这个是您做球员之前就有的爱好，还是说成为球员之后去培养的爱好呢？
First time I had a contact with an instrument was when I was my first club, América Mineiro. I remember one player arrived in the camp, for a trial. And he brought a Brazilian guitar, cavaquinho, to play samba. He was playing and taught me a few chords, and I really got in love with the instruments, And when I received my payment, I went to the shop and bought one for me, and therefore it starts, But I never had a proper lesson. I just bought some magazines, some books, and looked the chords and tried to do it myself. It was fun, It's like a kind of way to escape a little bit, to have some fun, to have a kind of hobby, but also, to escape a little bit from the pressure of football. Because then when you are in the music, playing an instrument, you keep your mind moving. Very active because you have to think, you have to remember the chords and how you make it right, the right chords. But then, if we're trying to compare with football, it's like you have to play the right tunes when you are in the game, connect to your teammates and have the right balance to get the ball, to be in the right position and get the ball and give to them in position again. With the instrument, more or less the same, I have the melody, we have the rhythm, and the song you want to produce. Just learn how to make it to be the best as you can and have fun.
确实，这样的兴趣让您觉得比较的放松，而且还能找到和足球的一些结合点。那接下来这个问题还想问到，您职业生涯里最难防守的球员是谁呢？
I had a few. I've played against Cristiano, against Messi, against who else? Ronaldinho. But one of the players I played against and was a bit frustrated was play against Zidane for Brazil and France. It was a tough game. He was the best player in that day, in that game. He made a huge difference and we could not stop him. Well, this was one of my frustrations.
您也是经历到了阿森纳的不败战绩49场的不败神话，可以说是在英超历史上都是这样一个不败的记录。那想问到的是，您和温格也是共事到了很多年，那您觉得温格在您眼中是一个什么样的人呢？
Was great. We had a fantastic team, comparing to the other opponents, which was very hard to beat them as well. But also a great leader like Arsene. Arsene was a great man who led us to this important moment in history of the Premier League and the football in the world. We had many great players and decision makers, and they make a difference in the game. In every position we were very strong. I think the only way to win as we won on that time, being 49 games unbeaten. He's about to have a strong team, a great leader, the manager, but players who have the same mentality, focus in win games and win trophies.
是的，那包括呢，在这个赛季我们也是看到了阿森纳他的一个统治力，这么久我们都没有看到阿森纳在这样的一个赛季当中有这么好的一个表现了。
I think from now on, looks like they are in a good position. The last few years has been so tough, but they are in a good run now on and doing a great job with the players, Arteta. And hope that they keep going and win this year. It would be great to see them win the Premier League after such a long time.
那确实您也是退役很多年了，但是呢，在我们中国球迷当中呢，您也是享有盛誉的，还有很多您的粉丝。那最后有没有什么话想要对我们的中国球迷们说的呢？
Well, that's what I have to say is that the journey of playing football was beautiful, was fantastic, and it's so emotional for many times. Not easy, and many times also, because the footballer's life, is like this, up and down, and then you go up and then until you find the balance. I enjoy every minute of my footballer's life, and learn a lot from people, from players, manager, from the staff in the clubs I've played, made many good friends, and it's a beautiful journey. Football is it's a way to be. I was born to play football, to be part of the game, and for them, I hope you have enjoyed the time I spent playing football. And now outside the field, I want to give back something for the game, just work in the game, in the football, give back something with expertise or whatever I can do, Thank you very much for all your love, and I hope you appreciate as much as I did.
谢谢，也非常感谢您来到我们的演播室，期待我们的下次见面。好的，今天节目到这里就告一段落了，我们下一期节目再见，拜拜。